The Electoral Act Amendment Bill is one of the most polarizing pieces of legislation in the Ninth Assembly. Nigerians have yearned for the passage of this critical bill, believing it will sanitize elections which have been overwhelmed with violence, ballot box snatching, underage voting and cash for votes.
Clause 52(3).
But Clause 52, subsection 3 on electronic transmission of results caused a huge strain in both the Senate and House of Representatives, setting lawmakers from the ruling party against their colleagues in the opposition party. It is also causing uncertainty in the public space as to the intention of Parliament in promoting credible elections and the fate of electronic transmission of results in future elections. Section 52, subsection 3 of the report in the Senate states that the Commission may transmit election results by electronic means where and when practicable. But an amendment to the clause which caused a rift among lawmakers was adopted and the Electoral Act Amendment Bill passed.
The Commission may consider electronic transmission of results provided the national coverage is adjudged to be adequate and secure by the National Communication Commission (NCC) and approved by the National Assembly.
The House passed the Electoral Act Amendment Bill and retained Clause 52, which empowers INEC to decide on the best means to transmit election results. It also adopted a motion deleting the use of electronic means in the bill.
Meanwhile,
but some members of civil society organizations questioned the amendment of Clause 52, subsection 3 by the Senate.
INEC cannot be subject to NCC. INEC is only subject to National Assembly because they make rules. That's the Electoral Act. At the public hearing, it was audible to the deaf. The blind could see that everybody wants the digitalization process in an electoral system.
It could have been better if the National Assembly had created a framework for some form of synergy between the NCC and INEC and say, okay, how can you work together? You can even do a pilot. You can even do a pilot to say, we want to pilot this process in 6 states. It's a learning process.
But these public analysts are reminding Nigerians that despite the controversial amendment of Clause 52, subsection 3 by the Senate, there are some gains in the bill which will have huge impact on future elections.
The funny thing is that the same Clause 52 that people tend to argue about also has its own positive. 52, there's 52, 1, 2, 3, depending on Senate or House of Reps. The 52 gave for the very first time in our electoral architecture an e-voting platform. That should be celebrated. And both the Senate and the House of Reps, I'd agree on that. The dispute is just the transmission.
Both chambers are to come up with a harmonized bill, and it's not clear what will be the final position of Parliament on the matter of electronic transmission of votes. Nevertheless, the expectation is that ultimately the National Assembly will produce a legislation to make future elections more credible and transparent, and President Buhari will sign the bill well ahead of the 2023 general elections to give INEC enough time to prepare. Linda Akibe, Channels Television News.